This is not audible. Pratt Audio Productions presents Parker Reads a Thing. U.S. Air Power. Written by Bill Yene. Read to you by Parker Snyder. More than a quarter of a century after this top-secret aircraft became public because of a global scandal, the name U-2 is still synonymous with the phrase spy plane. It is a term that still conjures up memories of Francis Gary Powers being shot down in a U-2 over the Soviet heartland on the eve of the 1960 summit. The U-2 was developed at Lockheed's secret Skunk Works advanced project facility to meet a requirement for a very high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft with a very long range. Because speed was not necessary, designer Kelly Johnson based the airframe on that of a glider to give the new plane superior soaring capabilities at high altitude. The first U-2 flew in 1955 and was in service a year later. It was able to fly higher than Soviet air defenses could reach, making missions over Moscow possible. By 1960, the range of Soviet surface-to-air missiles had improved to the point where the U-2 finally became vulnerable, as Gary Powers found out. After the U-2 scandal broke in the press, the program, which had once been so secret the plane had been given a utility designation to disguise it, became public knowledge. This marked the end of the U-2 flights over the USSR. It has not been disclosed how many U-2s were built, but it is known that 25 of them, about half of the total, were rebuilt under the U-2R designation, with improved avionics and longer wings that bring more fuel capacity and greater range. In 1980, it was decided that the assembly line should be reopened to build 26 all-new U-2Rs, which would be delivered under the newer and more appropriate designation TR-1, Tactical Reconnaissance First. One of these Dragon Ladies has been delivered to NASA as an Earth Resources Survey aircraft under the designation ER-2. The U-2Rs and TR-1 are owned by the Air Force Strategic Air Command and are based at Beale Air Force Base in California, although they are continuously deployed at other American bases around the world. The basic TR-1, like most U-2s before it, is a single-seat aircraft. The pilot flies alone and spies alone. The TR-1 jockey navigates in a type of serenity usually available only to glider pilots soaring 17 miles above potential battlefields or enemy territory, while the cameras and electronic sensors of unimaginable sensitivity and accuracy whir in the background. The bird with the indistinct markings melts into the darkness at the edge of space. Electronic countermeasures, unheard of in Gary Powers' day, are on hand to protect the pilot while gliding over the target. Indeed, there is no longer a need to glide precisely over the target because of advances in side-looking airborne radar. They call it the Dragon Lady, a graceful bird of quiet sophistication that sees it all and has, like the character in John Lennon's song, the touch of a velvet hand, like a lizard, on the window pane. The original Lockheed U-2 has a wingspan of 80 feet. At 49 feet, 7 inches long, and 15 feet tall, it is powered by one Pratt & Whitney J75P13 turbojet. Producing 17,000 pounds of thrust bring it to an operating altitude of 80,000 feet, with a cruising speed maximum of 528 miles per hour and a maximum range of 4,000 miles. The new Lockheed TR-1 has a wingspan of 103 feet. It is 63 feet long and is 17 feet tall. Still powered by a Pratt & Whitney J75P13B turbojet, its engine produces 17,000 pounds of thrust and has an operating altitude of over 90,000 feet. Its cruising speed is 430 miles per hour and a maximum range estimated at over 3,000 miles. The Lockheed U-2 and Lockheed TR-1.